The time now is 6:00 p.m. and the announcement period is officially open for Tuesday, February 16th. All council members wishing to speak at this time, please press your buttons to speak. Well, I will go ahead and make announcements for District 29. District 29, Thursday, February 25th, we will have our community meeting at Smith Springs Church of Christ at 6:30 p.m., and that's at 2783 Smith Springs Road. We will have Public Works to share information on the strategic plan for sidewalks, where sidewalks are planned in District 29, and to get input on where priorities need to be in the district. We also will have Metro Parks and Recreation, who will share information on planned upgrades for Una Park, and to get input from everyone in the community. As you're aware, there's a $1 million allocation that has been made for upgrades to Una Park, and this is the community meeting to provide input to parks on the planned upgrades. We also will have Assessor of Property, George Rooker, who will also share information on the upcoming information for assessments. And Metro Trustee Charlie Cardwell will also be on hand to share information on the deadline of April 5th for seniors and others to renew their tax freeze and to get information for tax freeze and tax relief deadlines to submit. The first council member in the queue, Councilman Withers, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. I would like to thank all of our neighborhood groups for hosting so many neighborhood meetings that allow me to come out and meet with constituents one-on-one. There is actually a Shelby Hills Neighborhood Association meeting today at 6:30. Then this coming Thursday, there will be there are two community meetings at 6:30 p.m. One is the Laughlin Springs Neighborhood Association meeting, which will take place at Mad Donna's at 14th and Woodland upstairs in the loft, and I will be meeting with the Laughlin Springs neighbors to talk about sidewalks in that neighborhood. Also at 6:30 will be the Rosebank Neighbors meeting, which takes place at Memorial Lutheran Church at Riverside and Carter, and my colleague to my right, Councilmember Anthony Davis, will be there, and I'll probably be joining a little bit later on. This coming Saturday, Woodland Presbyterian Church, which is located on 11th Street across from the East Library, will be having a work day for those who would like to come out and do some cleanup work on a historic church that serves a lot of homeless people and others in need in our community. They're asking for some help from volunteers this coming Saturday, starting at 8:30 in the morning, and folks are welcome to show up. All ages, all abilities are welcome. Don't even need to bring supplies. Just come and show up and help out this church that helps so many people in our community. And with that, I conclude my announcements. Thank you so much.
Well, a lot going on in East Nashville. Thank you, Councilman Withers. Councilman Syracuse, you're recognized.
Thank you, Speaker Pro Tem. Two things. On Wednesday, February 24th at 5:30, for those in the Donaldson, Hermitage, Old Hickory area and anywhere around Davidson County who are interested in the planning of master planning process of the Two Rivers Mansion, Metro Historic is going to be kicking off that process. So that'll be at the Two Rivers Mansion at 5:30 p.m. We're going to start that process with a community kickoff. And then the next evening on Thursday, February 25th at 6:30 p.m. Property Assessor George Rooker will be at the Hermitage Precinct to fill us in on the assessment process that's going to be coming up. So that is on Thursday, February 25th. Doors open at the Hermitage Precinct at 5:30, and then the meeting will be at 6:30. So please come join us. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Syracuse. Councilman Sledge, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. In District 17, we have a couple of meetings that are coming up in the next week. On Monday, the 22nd, the Sunnyside neighbors will be meeting at 6 p.m. at the Sevier Park Community Center. And then we have a big meeting on Saturday the 27th, which is for the 8th Avenue South or Franklin Pike multimodal study. That will be at the Melrose Community Room at 2600 Franklin Pike. This is the first public meeting. It's an open house that we're going to have about sort of looking at Franklin Pike's future, potentially reimagining it for multiple modes of transportation, and anyone and everyone who is even remotely affected by this, by 8th Avenue South should attend. I think it's going to be very well done, and there will be a corridor kind of walkthrough that Walk Bike Nashville is helping host at 10 o'clock then, but it's a come and go sort of thing from 9 to noon on the 27th. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Councilman Sledge, and us in Southeast Nashville, we may have to come to that as well, because having a multimodal service along Murfreesboro Pike would also be great. So thanks for sharing that information. Councilman Bedney, you're recognized.
Thank you. I received some phone calls regarding people getting unsolicited mail from lawyers regarding the widening of Nashville Road and the potential that, according to these mailers, that properties will be taken by eminent domain, which is not what I had heard from TDOT. So I called TDOT to ask them to set up a meeting, and they're setting up a meeting, and it will be on March 3rd at 6:15 on Shane Elementary School. So for people that live along Nashville Road and interested in learning more about the process to sell their properties to TDOT, to the state, I encourage you to attend the meeting on March 3rd at 6:15 at Shane Elementary School. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Bedney. Councilman Pulley, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to let everybody know this Thursday we're going to be having a community meeting in Green Hills at the Granny White Church of Christ regarding a specific zoning issue. We have a request to move from RS to R zoning on 2 lots on Leland Lane near Glendale, and we're going to give the neighbors in the community an opportunity to weigh in on that. And that meeting is going to be at 6 p.m. on Thursday. I believe that date is February the 18th at the Granny White Church of Pike, just north of David Lipscomb. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Pulley. Councilman Elrod, you're recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. Just a couple announcements. Thursday, February 25th, Creve Hall Neighborhood Association will be having its annual meeting at 6:30 at Crevewood Baptist Church. And then on this Thursday at 6 p.m. at Haywood Elementary will be a meeting with Metro Public Schools about potentials, or there will be zoning changes in the future. Haywood Elementary is very overcrowded. And they are expanding Norman Binkley to alleviate some of that overcrowding. Creve Hall will also be seeing an expansion here soon. And with all of the overcrowding that is in Overton cluster, there are all these expansions going on. There will still need to be, at some point in the very near future, a new elementary school built in the cluster. So there will need to be some zoning discussions and changes that are going to have to occur. And this, I think, will be probably the first of many meetings. And that's at Haywood Elementary, Thursday night at 6 o'clock. Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem.
Thank you, Councilman Elrod, and that's very exciting for our children. Councilwoman at Large, Hurt, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to announce that on February 20th, the Jefferson Street United Merchants Partnership will have a community cleanup, including bulk shredded items, bulk items, Goodwill, all of those old medications, prescriptions. So we're inviting the community to come out and get ready for the spring. And also District 1 will be having a community meeting on March 5th at the Hobson United Methodist Church, 10 a.m. on Saturday, March 5th. And we ask them all to come out and support us. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman at Large, Hurt. Councilwoman Virtue, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. I would like to let the neighbors of Southeast District 28 and all business stakeholders, community stakeholders, that there will be a community meeting this Saturday, February 20th, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Apollo Middle School, 631 Richards Road. This meeting is in reference to an update on the proposed transitional housing for ex-felons for Unit Antioch Pike. The meeting will be, again, at Apollo Middle School, and this meeting will be to provide an update as it relates to this proposal. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Vercher. Are there any other council members wishing to speak at this time? Councilwoman Roberts, you're recognized.
Thank you. We have a Robertson Road Association meeting tomorrow night on Thursday the 18th at 6:30 at the West Precinct. On Monday night, we have a White Bridge Road special meeting at 6 o'clock at the West Precinct for the property at 122 and 124 Osceola. On Tuesday, February 23rd, we have a 6 o'clock meeting for the Centennial Project that's going in at the end of Centennial and 51st Avenue at 6 o'clock, also at the West Precinct. I have one more, hold on. On Monday, the 29th, we have at 6:30 another White Bridge Road meeting at the West Precinct. So we would love to have anyone and everyone attend. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Roberts. I also have another announcement for District 29. I forgot to share that again. My office hours will be Saturday, February 27th at First Tennessee Bank, Nashville, from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. And office hours are held every fourth Saturday. Are there any other council members wishing to speak at this time? Seeing none? The announcement period is officially closed. We'll reconvene at our regularly scheduled council meeting at 6:30 promptly. Thank you.